All right, I'm back to show you, sorry, I spelled my head, show you the brochure. So we just did our trifold, okay? On your template, it's gonna say outside. So when I say outside, what I did is I opened up my paper and I flipped it over, okay? This is also just like that's the outside, right? I flipped it over so that I have a nice flat sheet of paper. And you'll go mechanisms of evolution on these two, and this is your front. So, and when it says cover of brochure, okay, you are not writing cover of brochure. I am, so that you know what to write here. You're going to title this evolution however you want. Make it look as pretty as you'd like. You know, whatever. I don't know. That's supposed to be a bone. I can't draw. Write your name and your class period here so that we know who this belongs to. On these two, again, you're going to write mechanisms of evolution. We have mini notes on that. There were 5 mechanisms. Natural selection, gene flow, founder effect, bottleneck effect, and mutations. So you're going to fit those onto these 2 slides. And you're going to define them, find a little picture for them. So again, these are your mechanisms. Okay, so you're going to be talking about mutations. You're going to be talking about natural selection. This is when nature selects, survival of the fittest, that kind of stuff. You're going to talk about gene flow, right? And you're going to talk about the 2 types of genetic drift. Okay, it's really, really important that we understand the difference between these 2. So there's the founder effect and the bottleneck. So we're going to make sure we get those written out. Okay, so again, my paper is upside down from how I folded it. This was my trifold. I turned it over so I had a nice flat surface. Cover of brochure, mechanisms. And then on the handout that's linked to today's page, it says inside. So we'll open it up. We're going to have 2 for evidences of evolution and 1 here for evolutionary relationships. So your evidences for evolution, we had a nice big long page on that. And that was homologies, so homologous structures. You had analogous structures and you had vestigial structures, right? So you're going to talk about homologous structures. We're going to talk about analogous structures. And again, you can make these super simple 1-line definitions, right? Homologous structures have the same structure, different function. Analogous structures have the same function but different structure. So those are flip-flopped. Vestigial organs are reduced in size and unused. Okay, so you're going to talk about some of these things. You're going to talk a little bit about embryology. Might have spelled it wrong, but you understand what I'm trying to say here. That's the study of how organisms develop. You're going to talk about the fossil record, right? That's going on here. You're going to talk about our DNA and amino acid sequences. We did a whole lab on that, the molecular lab from last Monday. So that's all going to go here. There's a lot to fill in these 2 pages. But again, 1 sentence is fine. A picture describing these things, showing these things would be perfect. And your relationships, again, these are our cladograms and phylogenetic trees. That's what we did Tuesday and Wednesday of last week. So our cladograms, remember, look kind of like this. Our phylogenetic trees, you know, kind of look like that. It's a very simplified version. And just tell us what they do, right? They both show common ancestry, right? So you'll want to talk about a common ancestor. On both of these, here you're going to want to talk about traits. You might bring in some of the DNA stuff to your phylogenetic tree. That's totally up to you. But this is your basic brochure, okay? This is going to be kind of like your own cheat sheet for Wednesday. So again, just to review what we have, the front of our brochure, we're going to label evolution with our name. As we open it up, we're going to have evidences, and relationships. and on the back, mechanisms. So I hope that helps with today. I will be back tomorrow. We'll go over this, and we'll make sure that you've got a nice little brochure to walk you through our test on Wednesday. I'll see y'all tomorrow.